having achieved success in businesses such as electric vehicles, space exploration, and solar power generation. In 2012, SpaceX launched a spacecraft to the International Space Station, and Tesla released the electric vehicle Model S. In 1990, Elon Musk, a 19-year-old with nothing to his name, accomplished remarkable feats in entirely different industries, space and automobiles, in just over 30 years. How exactly did he transform into a force that moves the world? Elon Musk was born in 1971 in Pretoria, the capital of South Africa. Raised in an affluent household, he grew up with his strict engineer father, Errol, and his mother, May, a Canadian model. His greatest passion was reading. His concentration was astonishing. Once engrossed in a book, he wouldn't hear any other sounds. He would often spend up to 10 hours a day reading, his focus being truly exceptional. He retained most of the knowledge he gained from books and was nicknamed the encyclopedia by his family. He read a wide range of materials, from comics to novels, but he had a particular fondness for science fiction. Many of these stories revolved around saving the world, which would later significantly influence his motivation to start companies. Though he was knowledgeable from a young age, his small stature during elementary school made him a target for severe bullying from classmates. He was even hospitalized after being punched while falling down a staircase. Furthermore, when he was 9, his parents divorced. After living with his mother for a while, he eventually lived with his father and his younger brother, Kimball. The events of that time seem to have left a lasting trauma on him. At the age of 10, Musk received a computer from his father and became engrossed in programming textbooks. He mastered content meant to take 6 months in just 3 days and even created a game called Blaster by the time he was 12. The game was so well made that a computer magazine bought it from him. This was the moment when Musk achieved his first taste of business success. Around the age of 14, Musk was deeply impressed by something written in the science fiction work The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He believed that finding problems is more difficult than finding answers. Once the problems are identified, seeking solutions becomes easier. Understanding what the problems are requires expanding the scope and scale of human consciousness. At the age of 17, Musk had a strong desire to go to the United States. He believed that the US was the optimal environment for pursuing computer studies, as it was a world leader in cutting-edge technology development, particularly in computers. Moreover, in South Africa, military service was mandatory from the age of 18, and participating in military service would involve endorsing apartheid policies. For Musk, who dreamed of solving humanity's challenges, accepting apartheid was out of the question. However, due to his father's opposition to going to the US, he decided to go to Canada, his mother's home country, and finally emigrated there. After arriving in Canada, he managed to find his way to his relative's house, but he couldn't live there for free. He endured strenuous physical labor on his cousin's wheat farm and at his uncle's woodworking machinery factory. With the goal of eventually going to the US in mind, he worked diligently and managed to enroll at Queen's University in Canada. Since being impressed by the excerpt from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Musk had continuously contemplated what could have a significant impact on humanity in the future. He believed that expanding the breadth of his thinking and consciousness was the best approach. Eventually, he was accepted into the University of Pennsylvania in the United States, where he realized his aspiration of pursuing research in America. A paper he wrote there, titled The Importance of Solar Energy, received high praise for effectively integrating advanced technology into contemporary business. This deepened his interest in energy usage, and he began to ponder what could have a substantial impact on humanity in the future. He concluded that the 3 areas of internet, space, and sustainable energy were markets in which he could wield significant influence. In 1995, Musk graduated from the University of Pennsylvania and enrolled in the graduate program at Stanford University, aiming to become a university professor. However, that year saw the birth and popularization of the Windows 95 operating system for computers. Recognizing the significant impact of Windows' popularity, Musk left the graduate program after just 2 days and founded an internet business company. His brother Kimball joined the team, and they started Zip2, an online version of the Yellow Pages. They compiled and organized listings for various establishments like restaurants and stores, making them searchable. The listings were then linked to maps, making it possible to locate the businesses on the map. This service, now commonplace, was an innovative idea at the time. Despite their entrepreneurial efforts, they struggled financially and lived in a small room in California, working tirelessly to make ends meet. Initially, their venture faced challenges, and although they received funding from venture capitalists and hired external managers, the company only gained traction when Musk took charge of both management and development. The company's performance began to improve. Eventually, Zip2 was acquired by what is now Hewlett-Packard, and Musk considered starting a new company with the proceeds from the sale. During his time with Zip2, Musk noticed the complexity of banking procedures and came up with the idea of creating an online bank. Gathering individuals knowledgeable about finance and systems, he developed a system and founded X.com. Over time, X.com engaged in customer acquisition competition with Confinity, a company that offered payment services like PayPal. The two companies eventually merged. Musk became the CEO, but due to a scheme by disgruntled former Confinity employees who were dissatisfied with his leadership, he eventually stepped down as CEO. The company's name was changed to PayPal, and its brand was revamped. Subsequently, Musk relocated his base to Los Angeles, a significant turning point that marked the realization of a dream he had held since childhood. Los Angeles was home to numerous aerospace manufacturers, which ignited his lifelong fascination with space. Here, he resolved to become the guy who will solve the energy shortage through space development. With petroleum, a finite energy resource, predicted to last around 40 more years since the 1980s, Musk contemplated solving the energy crisis through space development. His reasoning was that as long as humanity continues to live on Earth, energy resources will eventually deplete, leading to human extinction. To avoid this, he envisioned enabling humanity to live on other planets, particularly Mars, as a means of survival. Attending gatherings of space development professionals and scientists across various fields, he conveyed his aspirations to experts in the space industry. Initially, Musk tried to negotiate purchasing rockets from Russia to make space development more realistic and cost-effective. However, negotiations were unsuccessful. Frustrated, he decided, if we can't buy rockets, let's make our own. Thus, Musk conceived the idea of building rockets himself and created detailed plans that included cost estimates for rocket manufacturing and launches. Over the past few months, he had absorbed knowledge about rocket engineering and continually gathered information during negotiations in Russia. In 2002, Musk, along with space consultants, rocket engine technicians, and aircraft manufacturing engineers, launched SpaceX, marking a significant step into full-scale space development. In the meantime, the year after SpaceX's establishment, two individuals named Eberhard and Tar Penning founded Tesla Motors. They aimed to develop electric vehicles, EVs, to replace gasoline cars and were seeking investors to cover the substantial costs associated with EV development. Hearing about Musk's interest in investing in the EV industry, they approached him. After listening to their current development technology and business plans in detail, Musk agreed promptly just a few days later. He invested $6.5 million and became the chairman of Tesla. His reason for investing in Tesla was driven by his belief that Tesla could be one means of addressing the energy crisis. While SpaceX aimed for human Mars colonization as a solution to the energy problem, this ambitious endeavor would take a long time to become a reality. Musk thought that a successful shift to a sustainable energy society through EVs could provide time before the eventual Mars colonization. In 2005, Musk announced the intention to conduct private rocket launches, aiming to reduce the colossal costs associated with launches by a factor of 100, thus attracting nationwide attention. However, due to errors in the fuel tank configuration and engine system issues, the launch was postponed to mid-December. Additionally, defects in the fuel tank were discovered just before the launch, leading to another delay. In March 2006, the Falcon 9 rocket, named by Musk, was launched. Unfortunately, it veered off course 40 seconds after liftoff and crashed into the sea. SpaceX investigated the cause of the failure and sought solutions. In the following year, they attempted a second launch but couldn't achieve orbit. After several improvements, the third launch took place. However, it exploded 30 seconds after launch, leaving employees watching the live feed in despair. SpaceX was running out of funds. If another failure occurred, both SpaceX and Tesla could face bankruptcy. Musk refused to give up. In September 2008, the fourth launch was successful. The fourth Falcon 9 soared into the sky, marking a successful launch. However, skyrocketing development and labor costs, combined with the 2008 financial crisis, led to a precarious financial situation. Musk faced the tough decision of giving up either SpaceX or Tesla. At that critical moment, Musk learned that NASA was looking for a company to supply the International Space Station, ISS, with cargo. Musk pursued the contract opportunity. NASA appreciated SpaceX's perseverance in continuously improving, even in the face of failures. SpaceX succeeded in securing a $1.6 billion contract with NASA to supply the ISS with cargo. Thanks to this contract, both SpaceX and Tesla were saved from bankruptcy. Musk's next goal was rocket reusability, aiming to reduce rocket costs to just 1% of conventional methods. He believed that for humans to inhabit Mars, rockets needed to be as accessible as regular houses, rather than a luxury reserved for the wealthy. Despite numerous failed landing experiments, SpaceX improved its technology. In 2015, they successfully achieved vertical soft landing. Meanwhile, Tesla released the stylish and speedy sports car, the Tesla Roadster, which garnered attention as environmentally conscious celebrities purchased the car. Tesla aimed to promote EV adoption among the general public, establishing infrastructure, such as the supercharger network, which facilitated cheaper and more accessible charging than gasoline cars. In June 2014, Musk surprised many by publicly releasing Tesla's electric vehicle patents. His rationale was that addressing CO2 issues with only Tesla's efforts would be insufficient. He believed that by utilizing these patents, major automakers could develop EVs, ultimately contributing to solving the problem. Following this, Musk served as the chairman of SolarCity, a solar energy company. He enabled solar power utilization through superchargers. Musk also became the CEO of Neuralink, aiming to improve the lives of people with disabilities by embedding BMI links in their brains and striving for advanced intelligence. Furthermore, he established the Boring Company to tackle traffic congestion, proposing a new transportation system called Loop. The project includes the development of the Hyperloop, a high-speed vehicle that runs in a vacuum tunnel at speeds of up to 1,000 kilometers per hour. In 2021, SpaceX launched the Crew Dragon capsule, carrying only civilians, on a 3-day journey that concluded with a safe return. In February 2022, amidst Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Musk received a message from Ukraine asking for Starlink to provide internet connectivity, despite the damage sustained by their intelligence agencies. Musk promptly sent Starlink to Ukraine, allowing its people to regain internet access. While Musk's businesses might appear disparate and flamboyant on the surface, they all share a common thread: a relentless dedication to fulfilling a grand vision of saving humanity. About 30 years ago, Musk was just a young man with nothing. Today, he has become an individual capable of changing the world. This transformation can be attributed to his ability to envision grand.
Please subscribe to my channel. We're gonna show you world masterpieces in about 15 minutes with manga. Manga is Japanese-style comics that is easy for everyone to understand. We're sure that you can grasp the context shortly.
See you next time.